Ok, vamos en 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another in our series of Real People in Scripture, where we look at the lives of real people who lived in real places at very real times. Today, we're going to continue our little mini-series within the series of looking at the life of Abram, or as we more commonly know him, Abraham. At this point in his life, Abraham had arrived at the Promised Land, and he and his nephew Lot, they were getting used to this land in a sense, and then they were starting to let their animals roam around, and they were starting to adjust to their new life in the Promised Land. And Abraham and his nephew Lot, well, they were very blessed. They had a lot of animals. They had a lot of stuff. And so they had a discussion between the two of them. And Abraham said, look, we need to separate. We're going to start quarreling if we don't. And so he said, look, is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. And not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Let's go so you can be more successful in one place and I'll be more successful in another place. And so Abraham gave Lot the choice. He said, if you go left, I'm going to go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. He gave him the choice, which, again, Abraham was older. Lot was his nephew. It should have been Abraham's right. It was his right to make that choice, but he allowed Lot to choose. And so Lot looked around at the whole plain of Jordan, and he looked around and he saw the spots that were well watered, and he thought, that area looks really, really good. And so I want to take that land for myself, and Abraham can have the other areas. And so they parted company, which again, to me, shows a lot about Abraham's character, because he said, what's more important here is relationship. It's more important for me to have a relationship with Lot that continues to be positive. And so they parted company. Now, the problem was that Lot looked at the land, not at the people. Part of the land that Lot had chosen included the area of Sodom. And we're going to talk about this in a future episode, but the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. And that is where Lot chose to make his home, in the middle of a people who were, just rampant in their sinning. So here's what I want to encourage you to think about today. I want you to think about how you can seek God's direction. Sometimes when we look at stuff, we think, this is going to be the best job because I'll make a lot of money, or this is going to be the best person for me to date and pursue for marriage because she's beautiful or attractive, or he's great, he's athletic. And yet, when we go deeper, we realize that, that job might call on us to make compromises in our faith. That person that we're looking at for a potential spouse, they may look great on the outside, but their heart is, darker than we'd want it to be. So I want to encourage you as you're thinking about making choices, as you're thinking about God's plan for your future, I want to encourage you to spend time in prayer. Don't just look at the outside. Don't just look at what you can see externally, but pray about what God knows is on the inside. Seek God's direction for all things in all ways, and ask for God to reveal to you what His best choice is for you. Because as we'll learn later, Lot's choice did not turn out to be a good one. That's all the time we have. Remember, your time is His time, so please use it wisely. God bless.